Okay, so I'm in a hotel in Florida and I'm walking around my room right now and I just saw Hercules, so let's talk about Hercules. Whee! So Hercules is a movie that follows Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's a little weird to do. Okay. So Hercules is a movie that follows Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He plays Hercules and he creates an army, and it's directed by Brett Ratner, and he has to lead the army. And there's not much of a plot to this movie, but going into the movie I was kind of excited because I like The Rock. I think he's a really great action star. But it's directed by Brett Ratner, and I expressed that in my Legend of Hercules review where I said this movie would be barely better than that movie. And thankfully this movie is much better than The Legend of Hercules. This is actually a lot better than The Legend of Hercules for a variety of reasons, one of them being the star of the movie, The Rock, and I love The Rock as an action star like I just said, and I just thought he did a good job in this movie. It wasn't his best performance, but he was good as Hercules. He brought a lot of physicality to the role, which I liked. I think Hercules is a role that needs that, and I didn't think that Kellen Lutz did that in Legend of Hercules. There's other people in the movie. Ian McShane's in the movie. He has a supporting role, and I thought he was good. He was sort of a comedic relief-ish character, and he did that well. John Hurt plays a king in the movie, and he did a good job. There's a couple other supporting characters. The Rock has like this crew of people that follow him and they do everything together. And for the most part, his crew was good. There were two people in particular remembering that I didn't like that much. There was this woman who was an archer, and she was just wooden in the movie. I don't know her name. Or the person who plays his nephew in the movie. He was just, neither of them really brought anything to the role, I thought, and I didn't like them that much. Now, Brett Ratner, let's talk about him for a second. I don't like him as a director. I think he destroyed the X-Men franchise for a while there. Truthfully, I haven't seen the Rush Hour movies in a long time. I have seen them, I just don't remember them, so those could be good movies, but I didn't like Tower Heist. I hated X-Men The Last Stand. It's just, he's not a director that when I see his name on a movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go see that. It's like, no, I'm gonna stay away from that. But he did a good job in this movie. Like, it's not like this movie took a whole lot of, like, direction, but the action is filmed serviceably. It's not, like, shaky and all over the place. There's a couple quick cuts, but it works. It looks good for the most part. I mean, like, let's talk about the CGI, too, because there's a lot of CGI in this movie, and for the most part it looks good, but there are some scenes where, like, they're overhead on a battle sequence and it's really obvious that it's CGI, or so there was a point in the movie where fire got thrown all over the place, and CGI fire generally doesn't even look that good to begin with, but this looked like 2005 CGI fire, and it was just, wow, not good. It was also really cool to see The Rock, like, fighting these big creature monsters. Like, they showed a lot of it in the trailer, and it's right at the beginning of the movie, but it was still cool to see, like, the whole sequences in the movie. The movie took one little twist that I didn't see coming, I guess for some reason. I just kind of had my brain turned off there, I guess, but it was still, it took me by surprise a little bit, so I enjoyed that. But at its core, this movie is a dumb action movie, and there are some really bad lines in there. Like, there's always one-liners that you're gonna get. Some of them hit, some of them just fall flat. It's just not the best written of movies. It's like there's some dialogue in there that you think is not realistic, but then again, it's not going for that, so I'm not gonna take too much off for that. Honestly, I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would. It's a short length. It's only like 90, maybe 100 minutes. It's not very long. It's action-packed. It's enjoyable. It has a good lead performance. There's some stupid lines in there, but honestly, I enjoyed Hercules a lot, so I'm gonna give it a B+. If you're interested in it, or if you like The Rock, just go check it out. It's a fun action movie. It's like the definition of summer popcorn fun, so I would recommend it. So what do you guys think of Hercules? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you like it more than The Legend of Hercules? As if I have to ask that at all. Rate me with comments down there and tell me what you think, and if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, I really hope no one likes Legend of Hercules more.